our acts. The sea can be deep for our diving. Hope comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
The views and opinions expressed on Trudging Together are solely those of the host, co-host, and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the views of any organization, fellowship, or other entity, and definitely not your boss, your neighbor, or that one guy in your home group. The content of this program is not intended to replace medical, psychological, or professional advice. If you're looking for that, please seek guidance from qualified professionals who spent way too many years in school. What you'll hear here is based on lived experience, recovery journeys, and the occasional bad coffee-fueled joke. Trudging Together is not affiliated with any 12-step fellowship. We are simply people sharing our stories and walking this path together, one day at a time. Thank you for joining us, and remember, recovery is serious business, but that doesn't mean we can't laugh along the way.
Trudging Tuesday. I screwed it up this morning, so I tried to make up for it, and I just messed it up. Don't you hate it when you update your phone and suddenly everything looks different? That's all blocky. I guess it still tells you the same information, right? Changing things without my permission on my phone. I rented a bouncy house for the weekend. Got a birthday party on Friday. And I'm only bringing this up. Well, I was just talking to Amber about it too, but I'm getting it for $150. It's cheap. See, when you do things in your community, I'm getting a discount because I did the music at somebody's funeral, just because I decided to be nice and do something and help somebody out. And when you work in the community, there are benefits that come with it. I usually get things discounted. A lot of times I get things for free because I do what I do. Like Community Reach Center, they don't charge us for that room. They don't charge us. They even pay the insurance for us, which is coming out of their pocket. So we don't do seventh tradition at that meeting. We don't. That is my way of respecting what Community Reach Center is doing for us, man. So these are the benefits that kind of come along with it. It's what we call the barter system. Tell you right now, if we worked on the barter system, I'd kick all your asses. I've been bartering all my life. We're going to be in the big book 567. We're going to be reading out of a story called Keys to the Kingdom. All right. And I was flipping through Daily Reflection and saw it, and I figured, so this reading is actually January 15th. But I did a little bit more digging. I went to AI and I found this very interesting. Let's do this real quick. Welcome, Daily Trudge, Dion, host, most, toast, coast. I'm just coming up with things that rhyme. All right. But I figured I'd ask AI. I said, give me a breakdown of it. All right. If you're here, please say hello, whether watching the live or the rewatch. And it gave me a little bit more. So the Keys to the Kingdom in the Alcoholics Anonymous Big Book tells the story of Sylvia K. I never knew the person's name. A woman who helped establish the first Chicago AA group and shared the keys to her successful sobriety with others. I didn't know that. So the person that wrote the story, first of all, her name was Sylvia, and she was instrumental in getting AA started in Chicago. There we go. It's kind of cool to know this stuff. I like to give a little bit of respect. Did I say 560? I can't be reading that right. 567. Is the big book even that big? 567. Yes, it is. No, it is not. See, according to this, 567 is the spiritual experience. Oh, the Unsuspecting Inner Resource. That's why. Okay. We're going to go to the Keys of the Kingdom then. All right. I'm not going to use this book. I'm going to use this one because it's going to flip right open to it. See, I thought I had the page number. So, this also happens to be my favorite reading. Whenever I tell my story, um, I conclude, I end with this. All right. Um, I'm going to start. I usually start on page 275. And so I'm going to go back a page to 274. And so that way we can read some stuff that we usually don't talk about. Just like the other day, somebody in the grassroots meeting read Out of Two Employers. I thought it was awesome. All right. So I went to Akron and also Cleveland, and I met more recovered alcoholics. I saw in these people a quality of peace and serenity that I knew I must have for myself. Not only were they at peace with themselves, but they were getting a kick out of life, such as one seldom encounters, except in the very young. We have a lot of fun in our meetings. We laugh a lot. Yeah. Yesterday, I'm not gonna repeat what was said, but I even said something that was probably a little off kilter. Everybody thought it was funny. I thought I was kind of pushing my luck, but I don't know. I But yeah, get a home group, man, and stick around. Stick around for a little bit because after a while, you're going to start catching on to the running jokes. There are jokes that continue going on and on. You'll be a part of the running jokes. And I'm going to tell you something. To be a part of that is a lot of fun. To be able to laugh at ourselves. All right. Now, I'm not really laughing at myself, do, as much as like that was silly and other people are laughing, I can laugh along with it now. Why? Because it's funny, right? And it's much easier to solve that problem, correct it if I find it funny too. Not all of them are, but so they were getting kick out of themselves. They seem to have all the ingredients for successful living, philosophy, faith, and a sense of humor. They could laugh at themselves, clear cut objectives, appreciation, most especially appreciation and sympathetic understanding for their fellow man. Um, you know, I haven't found a place where I really felt like I belong besides AA. And I've tried the other ones. They're great programs. I really like Celebrate Recovery. I do. I'm a Celebrate Recovery guy. The my hard part, because I don't mind that they're talking about Jesus stuff. That doesn't bother me. The hard part for me is the structure isn't there. And so it's really hard for me. It gets a little it sometimes it's a little too much for me, if that makes sense. So that's why I like AA. I like the structure. I know that we're going to do the serenity prayer. We're going to hear the preamble. We're going to read out the big book. We're going to talk about solution. There's going to be a halftime, there's going to be a seventh tradition. We're going to end with some kind of prayer. Yeah. And so I know these people get a certain amount of time to talk. And I really like the structure. I need that. Um, Otherwise, I'd probably go to a lot more Celebrate Recovery meetings too. So now I'll go check some other ones out. Nothing in their lives took precedence over the response to call for help from some alcoholic in need. I want you to hear that. Nothing in their lives took precedence. This stuff isn't always easy to talk about. Because I've been hearing this a lot. People needing rides to AA meetings and nobody helping out. And it's like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I guess I don't need to understand it. I just need to keep doing what I'm doing, right? And not really focus on that. But when people are reaching out, I mean, we have the responsibility statement. I'm responsible when anyone anywhere reaches out for help. Anyone anywhere reaches out for help. I want the hand of AA. Replace it with God if you want to. I want the hand of God always to be there. And for that, I am responsible. Do you feel that way? Do you feel responsible for your neighborhood, for your family, for your community? I hope so. See, there's a bill due, my friends. You owe. One day that'll even out. It will. And you will find balance in it. It doesn't need to take years and years and years. But you can even that out. Absolutely you can. I did. I did a lot of bullshit. Right? They would travel miles and stay up all night with someone they had never laid eyes on before and think nothing of it. Far from expecting praise for their deeds, they claimed the performance a privilege, and insisted they invariably received more than they gave. Extraordinary people. Now, I talk about this. Why can these people give more than they receive? Because not all gifts are monetary, not all gifts. These are the dividends that we work with. Okay. You will have a dividend at the end of the day. You work this program right, that dividend is going to be love, which you can hand out accordingly. And your cup will still stay full. It works for me. Right? Because when I go and I help somebody out, it comes back to me tenfold. Usually in the moment, not always, but a lot of times in the moment. Right? Yeah. Huh, Amber. Amber's answering me on WhatsApp. Because I got some chicken wire. I need to get rid of it. I want it gone. And then what you know what's gonna happen in 2 years? I'll get some chickens. That's not gonna happen. I didn't dare hope I might find myself all these people had found. Okay. I didn't dare hope I might find for myself all these people had found. But if I acquire some small part of the intriguing quality of living and sobriety, that would be enough. Now, I understand this. I get that. Because in the beginning, it scared the fuck out of me. It did. There was a fear. Well, it was a fear that I was going to lose me because even though I was all messed up, but at least I had an identity. It was alcoholism, but at least it was an identity. And if you took that away, I didn't know if I would have an identity left. So it's okay to do this stuff in piecemeal. It's okay. In sales, I would call this an elephant. And there's only one way to eat an elephant, one bite at a time. Make sure you chew for 45 seconds also. Okay. You don't want to be throwing up elephant. It doesn't taste very good. All right. I was actually just kind of talking to my therapist, right? It took me 3 weeks to put my website together. Actually, I think it took longer than that. Okay. Now, if I would have just tackled it, I wouldn't have first of all, I wouldn't have gotten it done. And what I would have ended up with would have been a crap website. Instead, I took my time. I did it piecemeal. I broke it down. If I didn't know what to do next, I go to ChatGPT, say that part is done. What else do we have left to do? In fact, I think I'm going to show off my website a little bit here. Just a little bit. Right. So here it is. There's the home page. I need to replace that picture. Amber took that picture, but an AI, look at the hair on that. It's like I got a splotch of hair there. Right. So services. This is the book, and it will be coming out shortly, probably in the next 6 months. The 4 A's of Recovery. That's my workbook. But see, it's just nice and clean. It's straightforward. I'm going to show off the podcast here a little bit. All right. So you can go listen to like right now, you can see the tough stuff of sobriety, and actually, it shouldn't be that one. That's from last week. All right, I got to figure out what's going on. You can go listen to Big Book Thumping. Here's a 12 by 12 series. A couple of people checked out the 12 by 12 series yesterday because my numbers went up by 12s. So that tells me something. You can book. Angel and I are doing a group on November 13th. It's called Beyond Relapse Prevention, where we're going to work on giving you goals and setting you up for the holidays, man. There's going to be a lot of people doing